What's up, guys? Trainer Mike here. Welcome to that Flex Friday workout of the week. And today I wanted to do something a little different, wanted to switch it up. So I actually have my wife with me, Terica, today, and we're gonna show you guys how to hit chest and triceps. Now, the cool thing about this is I get a lot of questions from females. You know, how can I lift if I'm a female and maybe I don't want to get really big? Maybe I don't want to gain a ton of muscle. And so today, I'm going to take you through kind of the workout that we would do together. So occasionally we'll work out together. And, you know, obviously there's some adjustments that need to be made from male to female, but ultimately I really want everybody out there to see that, you know, what somebody should be doing if they want to, you know, maybe be a strong female, maintain the feminine look, not gain a ton of muscle, but have that muscle tone that you really want to have. So we're gonna take you through. So whether you're guy, girl, okay, whether you're beginner, more advanced, this workout can apply to you in some way. So again, we're hitting chest and triceps today, and we're gonna start off with good old-fashioned bench press. So you really can't go wrong with starting a chest day off with bench press. So we're kind of gonna pyramid this one today. So we're gonna start, do 5 sets, and we're gonna go 10, 8, 5, 2, and then back up to 6 for our final set here. So this is a great way to kind of ease yourself into some heavier weight in bench press. And so we're gonna go ahead and get started with it, guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure you list those below, and we will do our best to answer them. So we're starting off here. We're gonna go 225. To be honest with you, bench is not my favorite movement. It's not my strongest movement. I'm one of those guys like anybody else that wants to bench 1,000,000 pounds, and I'm just not built for big bench press. So I've always struggled with it, but we're gonna do our best today. So I'm gonna start off with the 225 for 10 reps. Let's get to it. I feel like an NFL player every time I put that 225 on there, but I'm not busting out 50 like some of those top guys are, so. Yeah, good question. So you're doing bench press and you only feel it in one pec. What can you do different? I'd really recommend, if that's the case, you focus more on dumbbells or cables to try and even things out. More common than you'd think, too. Well, 3 more. 8, 9. Nice. Very good. So we always try and drop the bar to the chest on bench press. You know, some people, if they have shoulder issues, they might not be able to go as low, but we try and go all the way down to the chest.
What's your opinion on open grip versus
So opinion on close grip versus more wide grip. I think that your tendency or your risk of injury for shoulders goes up when you go wider. It definitely places a little more tension on the shoulders when you do that. So for that, personally, I prefer to go a little more narrow with it, but the most important thing is that you try not to flare your elbows when you're doing bench press. That can lead to shoulder issues.
What pre-workout did you take this morning, and can the males and females take the same one?
Great question. What pre-workout did I take, and can males, females take the same one? So yes, we share pre-workouts. She's always digging into my stash, but that's okay. So we did the Dymatize pre-wo this morning, hand-spun cotton candy. I'll do a full scoop, and she'll typically do like 3/4 of a scoop, maybe just a little less. The lower your body weight is, the more that caffeine's gonna hit you. So for a lot of females, if you have a higher potency pre-workout like the Dymatize pre-wo, 1/2 scoop to 3/4 of a scoop does the trick. Nice thing is it doesn't have the creatine in it too, so if you have a female that's concerned about gaining a little extra weight, you don't have to have that in there. Okay, 8 reps. Here we go. Whew. 20 extra pounds on there for the 8 reps. So we're working ourselves up to the heavier weight.
How come you rarely see women bench pressing?
How come you rarely see women bench pressing? I think that bench pressing is one of those things that's kind of associated with mass or size. And a lot of females think that if they bench press, they're gonna gain a lot of weight, or they're gonna get this jacked chest. And that's just not the case. I think the other reason is most females aren't really concerned with chest development from a muscular standpoint. So they kind of say, I'm not gonna focus on that. But it's important for overall posture and development to hit chest just as much as you hit back. Do I do negatives? I do negatives, but I'm not gonna focus on doing negatives for, a heavier movement like bench press. I just focus on control. If you try and go too much of a negative controlled motion on something super heavy, you really increase your risk of injury. So I save the negatives for later on in the workout typically. So dropping to the chest, we're trying to keep the elbows tucked in at about a 45-degree angle to target the chest, take stress off the shoulders.
Everyone says that she needs to get a headband.
We were actually driving over here and she goes, why don't I get a headband of Gains? Somebody's got to send her a headband of Gains.
And then Ryan wants to know, I see you doing each rep pretty fast. Would time under tension be better, or does it depend on the person?
Okay, so he notices I'm doing reps pretty fast. Is time under tension something that we want to focus on here? Again, with my heavier movements, I'm not going to go super controlled. I think I'm still controlling the weight pretty well, but I'm not going to go like overly controlled with it. As the weight gets lighter, time under tension becomes more important. How often do I train my lower pecs? I don't really ever hit my lower pecs directly. I think that decline training is pretty overrated, to be honest with you. I think that people need to focus more on the flat and slight incline. Decline, you can get a lot of shoulder issues that come with that, more tricep engagement. I've just never felt great about the decline lower pec training. All right, so I've got a spotter here today, and she knows how to spot. That's important. You gotta have somebody that knows how to spot. So we've been doing this for a little while. So I'm gonna go for 6. I know this is gonna be a little heavy for me, so she might need to help me out, but that's the benefit of having a spotter. So 6 reps, working our way down here. Let's go. And up. You'll notice as the weight gets heavier, I'm slowing it down just a little bit to make sure that each rep gets the proper attention.
Do you typically work out with a workout partner?
I typically don't work out with a workout partner. We try to, and I like working out with Terica, but usually schedule-wise, I'm working out by myself. Great question. So what's my opinion on essential amino acids versus branched chain amino acids during a workout? Guys, here's my rule of thumb. If your workout is longer than 60 minutes, you definitely want the EAAs, essential amino acids. Shorter than 60 minutes, branched chain amino acids typically do the job. If you train fasted, definitely essential amino acids. My favorite flavor of the all 9 is Jolly Green Apple. Guys, if you like that sweet and you need to satisfy your sweet tooth, you gotta try the Jolly Green Apple. One more, let's go. Push, push, push. Nice.
And the same cushion to her.
What's your favorite flavor? You like the Jolly Green Apple too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of, I think typically likes that watermelon as well in a lot of them, so.
Crunchy.
Crunchy, she's on Team Crunchy too. I wouldn't have married her if she wasn't on Team Crunchy, come on.
Marriage required. It's in your vows.
Yes, it's in our vows, crunchy, always. So what are my thoughts on suicide grip? We'll go 35. Versus, you know, so suicide grip meaning your thumb is up, it's not wrapped around the bar, as the normal grip where your thumb wraps around the bar. I'm definitely a fan of your normal standard grip. I don't see any benefit in the suicide grip, and I see a whole lot of obvious downsides with it. So as you can see, guys, she's working her way up to some pretty heavy weight, and it's not a concern, right? Like, having the strength there is gonna benefit you in a lot of ways. She's got a 35 on each side. She busted out for 6 reps, no problem. So if you're a female and you're wondering, can you lift heavy? Yes, you can lift heavy. That is not what is going to make you big. So here we go, 2 reps. We've got, what do we have on here, 295? All right, taking a little extra time before your heavier reps here. Little more time to set up, make sure hands are even. Like I said, bench has never been a super strong point for me, but it's all relative for you. I think my max that I've ever done on bench is 335, so I feel pretty good about moving that weight for 2 reps.
What do you guys typically do knowing that you have kids when you want to work out together?
We put it, she says daycare, right? So we're fortunate to work out at a gym that has a kids club where we're able to do that, which makes it super nice. They actually love going to the kids club too. So that's how we're able to work out together occasionally. But that being said, she does like to lift a little differently than I do, so we don't lift together all the time. Okay, 2 reps, she's got 135 on here. Here we go. Let's go, push, push, push. Push, push, push. Nice. Very good, very good. So it's still fun. Guys, if you're a female and you want to have strength goals, absolutely have strength goals. Focus on it. What makes somebody big is obviously the hormones that men have compared to women and the food. If you keep your food under control, you're fine. What are my thoughts on Smith machine for flat bench? I don't mind the Smith machine for chest presses. We're actually going to do an incline Smith machine press here in a minute, but I wouldn't replace your normal flat bench with a Smith machine. So now we're going to come back up to 6 reps. We're going to go pause reps. So I'm going to try and pause it right above my chest and push up with power for 6 reps. You'll really like doing those pause reps after you've done your heavier sets, and you'll feel a lot of benefit that comes from that as well.
How come you guys are doing different amounts of reps?
How come we're doing actually the same amount of reps? So as far as why the reps are changing, it's just a different style of doing your reps. So we're doing a pyramid here where we work ourselves down in reps, up in weight, and then we're actually coming back a little bit and lightening up the weight to bring a little higher reps in. Any supplements that help with recovery, absolutely. Guys, glutamine is a must, in my opinion, 15 grams a day. We both do glutamine, morning after exercise and before bed. And then your essential amino acids are key as well to help with recovery. So got the pause on there. We're not resting it on the chest. We're coming down to the chest and pausing. But what that does is it makes you have to re-engage your chest with every single rep. Breathe. There we go. And it's a good challenge when you get done too with your working sets to do those pause reps. They're brutal.
How do you fix chest imbalances when doing bench press? I feel I'm pressing more out.
So how do you fix chest imbalances on bench press? You feel like you're pressing maybe a little more on one side. Focus more on dumbbells or cables if that's the case. And it's pretty typical that somebody has a dominant side, so don't completely go away from your bench press, but make sure you're incorporating dumbbells and cables in there. All right, guys, let's move on to incline Smith machine press. So you'll notice we both went heavy, worked ourselves up to heavy reps on the bench press, and now we're gonna go on to incline, and we're gonna focus a little differently this time as far as our sets and reps go. So we're gonna go 3 sets of 12, and we're actually gonna drop set our last set. So, is it necessary to eat an intra-workout carb? No, not unless your workout is lasting longer than like 90 minutes, okay? Your glycogen stores that you have will take care of you. I think that's one of the biggest myths or fallacies in the fitness industry actually is people that think they have to drink a Gatorade or chug a bunch of honey or something halfway through their workout. Let's go 45 and a 25 to be able to, you know, keep their performance up, and that's just not the case. Do I prefer dumbbells or barbells? I like a combination of the two, and I think it's important that you incorporate both. They both have benefits to them. So I wouldn't just say, you know, hey, pick one and forget about the other one. All right, so 12 reps here. Incline Smith machine press. We're gonna start focusing a little more now on that tempo and that control, really bringing the bar down slow and getting a good squeeze on the chest. Adjust it just a little bit. You're gonna wanna make sure that you're dropping here right to mid-chest. So now we'll move on. We'll have her, Tarika's gonna pop in and do her sets here. What do you want on, 25?
Yeah.
Should
What
go
were your reps?
12 reps.
What are each of your guys' preferred pre-workout? Pre-workout what? Pre-workout
Drinks?
meals.
Oh, meals. I like for a pre-workout meal, usually it's like a cup of jasmine rice with like 5.5 ounces of chicken, maybe a little asparagus, plenty of sea salt and sriracha on there. What's your favorite pre-workout meal?
I don't know, fasting?
Fasting. She doesn't, she actually prefers to train fasted. And so a lot of the times she'll wait until after her workout to eat. And that works out really well for her. Fasting is pretty popular now. And so she usually does a window after her workouts, doesn't do a lot before. That pre-workout drink hits you a lot harder fasted too. Here we go. Nice and slow, focusing on upper pecs here. There we go, nice.
Why do Smith machines get such a bad rap?
Why do Smith machines get such a bad rep? The issue with Smith machines is typically with squatting. You know, it's biomechanically impossible to do a perfect squat in a Smith machine. And so those people who replace standard movements with Smith machine movements and act like they're the same thing, that's where the issue comes.
Kamal Deep wants to know, what's the best exercise for inner chest?
Best exercise for inner chest, great question. I really like flies and close grip presses, okay? And we're gonna do both today to kind of give you an idea of what I prefer. All right, 12 reps.
Do you want me to spot you?
Yeah. Don't let me cheat. She won't let me cheat. It's motivational to work out with your significant other. Here we go.
One more, come on.
Whew. Really slow down that movement, bring it all the way down to the chest, and it doesn't take a lot of weight to get a good squeeze.
This is a question for her. How do you handle supporting him during his competition season?
How does she handle supporting me during my competition season?
I don't know, just like you would support anybody else and what they enjoy doing, I guess. I mean, it's what he loves, so I have to love it too.
Does he get hangry?
Yes.
I get
Does he
hangry.
get angry without competitions, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm competing. Everybody gets hangry, right? Come on. I would say she handles it with a lot of patience because it's selfish, guys. Bodybuilding is selfish. But I think her getting in here and understanding what it is that I do, knowing that it's a passion, anybody who truly cares about you will want to support you in what your passion is, as long as they don't find it morally or ethically opposed to what they believe. Here we go. 5. Have I ever tried Muscle Tech supplements? Yes, Muscle Tech's been around for a long time. I've definitely tried them. They're obviously a big brand in the fitness industry. Nice.
What types of music do you both listen to?
The types of music that I like to listen to, very different, first of all. We were driving over here and I had my music going, and I like to listen to house music. So I had a Tiesto podcast going on, and
It was jazz music and I don't even
she
know.
thought it was jazz music and piano. And then she turned on her music, which was not impressive by my taste. So she likes probably more like the popular, radio station type music, and I don't. So we got our own headphones, right? For a reason. Okay, so we're gonna drop set this one. So we're gonna go 12 reps, and then we're gonna take off the 45, and we're gonna go right into a drop set after that. And this is where it's nice to have a partner because you can move quicker through that drop set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Right away, let's take it off the 45. So we only got a 25. And this is right when your friend or that good-looking girl walks in and sees you benching half of what you can. Here we go, nice and slow. 4 seconds on the way down on these. Two more. Now, the drop sets are really nice for when we train together. We typically do more drop sets than supersets. She likes to keep her heart rate up a little bit while we're training, whereas I don't necessarily care about keeping my heart rate up really high. So this is a good way to accomplish, you know, what we're looking for in terms of getting a lot of muscle work done, but also keeping the heart rate up. Give me a 10. Tips for breaking chest strength plateaus. Definitely when it comes to chest training, I would say, you know, you have to increase the frequency for a lot of people. So if you're hitting like a plateau on your bench press and you're only benching once a week, try benching twice a week and do 1 week where you go heavy, or 1 day where you go heavy, focusing more on like 3 to 6 reps, and then the next day go a little heavier, like 8 to 12 reps, or a little lighter, excuse me. Would I recommend drop setting if you bench 2 to 3 times per week? Yes, it's okay later in your workout. Like, we're not going to be drop setting our first workout, our first strength-based exercise. That wouldn't make sense. It would create too much fatigue.
Which out of fasted cardio and fasted weight training is better for fat loss?
Ooh, which is better for fat loss, fasted weight training or fasted cardio? It kind of depends on what you prefer, okay? Like, she really likes to train fasted. I hate training fasted. I get shaky, my strength goes down, I start getting a headache. It doesn't work well for me. But for her, it works well. I prefer a little light fasted cardio for fat loss. I would say if you're really cutting hard, I would not recommend training fasted. Here we go. So you'll notice like 4-second negative. We're going really slow on the way down. Doesn't take a lot of weight to challenge you on a drop set when you use that kind of control on your negative.
How often do you guys splurge on cheat meals, and what is your favorite cheat meal?
We are self-proclaimed burger connoisseurs. So I would say, every Saturday, we typically go on a hike, and then after that, we go big on a cheat meal. So I'd say 1 to maybe 2 times per week we do a cheat meal. And she is an amazing cook, so sometimes we'll stay home and we'll do, you know, a homemade pizza or homemade burgers as well. All right, so Smith machine press is done. We've got 2 of our main presses out of the way. So now we're gonna move over to the cable rack. We're gonna do decline cable cross. So we don't focus a whole lot on the lower pecs, but occasionally doing a decline cable press, I really like this to try and target the lower pecs.
Have you ever used the FST7 program on Bodybuilding.com?
Have I ever used the FST program on Bodybuilding.com All Access? Yeah, I actually really like the FST7 training. I think it's a great way to train. It's a great tool to use occasionally. I wouldn't recommend doing FST7 training all the time. Very intense. Your central nervous system can burn out pretty quick on it. So I recommend, you know, throwing it in occasionally as a nice change up the routine. Let's go 80. Yeah, we'll go 80 here. So we're gonna still be pressing. We're not quite onto a fly yet, but we're gonna go decline here. So we're pressing down a little bit. Hopefully you have a mirror in front of you so you can admire chest gains that are occurring as you're pressing. Oh, 15 reps for this guy. What would you like? 40. So she's typically going to do 50 to 60% of the weight that I'm doing. And I'd say that's pretty typical for a male and female that are kind of at the same level in their weight training.
You said 15 reps?
15. Press, decline. What's more important, hard work or genetics? Depends on what your goal is, right? You know, if your goal is to compete at a high level in bodybuilding, you definitely can't get there without the right genetics, but you also can't get there without the right hard work. Just turn your hands, go press. So we're pressing down and squeezing the pecs with every single rep, getting a good stretch at the top. We're trying to focus on pressing low. So bring your upper body up just a hair. There you go. Press down. But nothing beats hard work and good genetics. Let's go 90 here.
You got a compliment for her. You're doing better than this man.
Duh, tell us something we don't know. Somebody says she's doing better than this man.
He also has a question, which is, how come he doesn't feel pain in his chest when he works his chest?
How come he doesn't feel pain in his chest when he works his chest is the question. You don't have to feel pain to get a good workout in, but if you're having trouble feeling the chest working, try really slowing your reps down. Pick a lighter weight and go for more control.
What part of the chest is this hitting?
This is hitting the lower inner part of the chest. So lower pecs and inner part of the chest is what we're really focusing on with this movement. So I'm trying to stay a little more upright, little lean forward, but I'm bringing my chest up and then I'm pressing down. Not the exercise to go super heavy on. When the cables start shaking really bad when you're doing it, you either had way too much pre-workout or you're starting to feel some good fatigue in your chest. I think it's a combination of the two of those today, to be honest.
How many exercises do you recommend for chest day?
Exercises for chest day, I typically like to hit a flat press, an incline press, a close grip or decline press, and a fly are typically about 4 exercises are what I like to focus on for chest.
Do you guys ever train Olympic lifts?
Do we ever train Olympic lifts? She likes to train Olympic lifts. She likes the metabolic benefits that come from that, higher heart rate, more explosion. I do, but I don't really love it because I don't get a good pump from it. And hey, that's a big reason why I work out, so we can get that swolfy after the workout. My favorite pre-workout is definitely Dymatize Pre-Wo. I switch up between the hand-spun cotton candy and lately it's been the chilled fruit fusion. What's your favorite pre-workout?
The Dymatize pre-workout, but which is the main,
Oh, the new pineapple. She likes the new pineapple flavor of the Dymatize Pre-Wo. She likes that like sweeter, like more, tropical taste. Yeah, let's go 90 again. So third set, we're gonna drop set this one. So 15, we're gonna cut the weight in half, typically on that last drop set, and we're gonna go to failure. All right, let's go down to 40. So we're going here from 90 to 40. And we're really gonna focus on, again, that 4-second negative squeeze. Three, 4, So we had a lot of questions today about how to balance out left side, right side on chest. If you have one side that's a little more dominant than another, this is a great exercise to balance out the chest because it really allows you to focus on working each muscle, each side individually.
Have you
Have I ever used the slingshot? I've actually never used the slingshot, but I've seen other people use it and I've been interested in it. I just honestly have never had the chance to use it.
If somebody intermittent fasts or works out in the morning and fasted, how important is it to cut off the fast post-workout?
So if somebody works out fasted, intermittent fasting in the morning, which is what she does. Again, she likes to train fasted, so she typically doesn't eat anything in the morning before workout. She finds it helps her workout, but how important is it then to eat right after your workout? Very important. So regardless, right after your workout, you're gonna start eating. So typically, open your window of eating on intermittent fasting immediately post-workout.
Should I do cardio before or after a workout?
Cardio before or after a workout, whenever you can, I would say, whenever it's like easiest for you, but typically I would recommend post-workout so you can focus your energy on your main primary lifts. Let's go, squeeze it out. Drop set here is 50%.
If both cables are taken, what would be a good substitute?
So if both cables are taken, what would be a good substitute to this? You could do like a decline dumbbell press and that would be okay. Push up even, yeah, you could do a push up where you're, maybe elevating your feet to make it a little more challenging. All right, so next up, guys, this is where the partner assistance really comes in. That's why I'm excited to be training with somebody today. There's a lot of benefits to being able to have somebody there with you. So she gets how I train. She understands how I train, the intensity that I like to train. She knows what I'm capable of, and I love that. I think it kind of allows us to grow closer together. So if you have that person that you're able to train with, whether it be a spouse or a significant other or not, try this exercise, okay? So what we're gonna do is a close grip push-up. She's gonna put weight on my back. So she's gonna put 245s on here, and I'm gonna go 12 to 15 reps, slow and controlled. But first, I gotta get a swig of those aminos.
What is your favorite post-workout?
My favorite post-workout meal is a scoop and a half of Dymatize ISO 100 peanut butter. I like going to banana, sea salt, almond milk, ice, and then top it with a little puffed corn is definitely my favorite. What's your favorite post-workout meal?
Pancakes?
Pancakes. I like pancakes post-workout too, but I'm typically not able to get home to where I can like make some pancakes.
I'll fast for pancakes.
She'll fast for pancakes, okay? There you go. All right, here we go. Go ahead and load me up. I'm gonna start with one knee down, just right in the middle of my back. Perfect. So start with a knee down till the weight gets on there so you don't wear your shoulders out. We're going close grip, so we're keeping our elbows inside. Are you sure you didn't put 3 on there? Feels stinking heavy. Yep. Oh, you take one off? All right, take it off. Woo! Take it off, take it off. Nice thing is with this is you can take some weight off halfway through. She was paying attention to what I needed. I got a little overly ambitious, thought I was going to be able to do more than I could. Would you like me to start you with a 45 on?
245s.
245s? Okay.
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, we'll start you with the 25. So she's just got to be a little lighter here. Guys, it takes a lot of core strength to do this as well. So start light. First of all, make sure you can do a push-up without weight. Yep. So close grip, focusing on inner chest. And when you're doing this with your partner, just keep a hand by there to make sure it doesn't slip off. So listen to your partner when they need help taking it off. We're gonna maybe listen. Let's go, push it. Core's tight, we're not letting the lower back sag. Okay. Right away, aiming for that 12 to 15 reps. Come on, push it. Nice, nice. All right, here we go. Right into set 2. We're gonna start with 245, strip to 1 after 6 reps. I'm gonna get 6. It's a great exercise to challenge not only the chest, triceps, and core. Go a little higher on my back. Right there. It forces you to use the correct form on push-ups, otherwise this weight will fall off. Dang, that feels heavy. All right, 6. Oh, take it off. Off. Woo! Guys, comment below if you've ever tried a weighted push-up. Push-ups are great. Most people just don't get enough resistance. This can be a way to get some extra resistance and really fry your chest and triceps.
Would a vest work for this if you're solo?
Would a vest work if you're solo? Absolutely. I don't know that you're going to get 90 pounds on a vest, but
I can do it solo, but like putting it on by myself. You wouldn't be able to put that much weight on, but I can do it by myself.
yeah, you might be able to put 1 plate on by yourself, but 2 plates, it's going to be a little harder. A vest would work great though, absolutely. And this is different from like a bench press because we're having to stabilize our core, so you're getting a lot of ab work in here too. Push-ups are one of the best exercises you can do. For a lot of people, they just don't get enough weight. Here we go. So you drop to the knees if you're a lady, especially you want to drop to the knees. Totally appropriate to keep it going.
Oh man.
No, if you're a man, you can't do that. Sorry, guys. No, I'm just kidding. You can do that, guys.
When is the best time to drink aminos?
The best time to drink aminos would be right before, during, and even into a little bit of post-workout, whether that's cardio or weights, or just when you want some good flavor in your water. She likes to drink aminos throughout the day just to make sure she gets enough water in. Okay, so we'll start with 2, strip to 1, go to none, and then yes, I will go to my knees. This is burnout set for chest. A little higher. Yep, there.
I'm gonna do a speed round while you got this. Pizza or burgers?
Pizza or burgers? What do you think, babe?
Burgers.
Burgers, that takes the win on that one.
Let's get hearts for burgers, likes for pizza.
Hearts for burgers, likes for pizza. What do you guys think? Here we go. Yep. That's one way you get rid of it. And the knees. Leave your ego at the door. Woo! Great finisher for chest right there. What are we looking at, burgers or pizza?
It's like 50-50.
50-50, woo. I like pizza, guys, but like all the cheese, I can't handle that much dairy anymore. Like we like Blaze or Modern or Revolution, if you guys have heard of those places, like a flatbread type pizza. Here we,
Chicken or steak?
chicken or steak. Woo. I like a good sirloin.
A little lower.
I'd go steak on that one.
Hiking or machine cardio?
Oh, hiking or machine cardio. It's not even a question. Hiking all day long.
Stair stepper all day.
Not stair stepper, anything but stair stepper. Let's go, babe. We're finishing out here. We're going to failure, guys. Absolute failure. Leave it all on the workout floor. Let's go. Push, push. Nice. Push-up, great exercise, guys. Include the push-up. If you need some extra resistance, grab a partner try doing it with some plates on your back. Okay, next up, moving on to triceps. We're gonna go with rope extension. We'll come over here for this. So you guys are gonna wanna go seated for the rope extension. Now when you're with your partner for this one, we're really trying to focus on the negative. So she's gonna come behind me and she's actually gonna pull on the rope. I'm gonna grab a longer rope. If you have short ropes and long ropes at your gym, try grabbing a longer rope. And we're really focusing on the negative. So she's gonna pull down here and she's gonna adjust the resistance as we go on to get a good 15 reps. So you'll come down a little bit. So maybe like, yep. So she's gonna pull down on the rope right there. Start off a good stretch. We're gonna come up explosive and then she's gonna pull down. Oh, that's good. Woo! So this allows you to adjust that resistance as time goes on, as opposed to like cables where you're using the same weight and it's maybe too heavy or too light during some parts of it.
Do you prefer training triceps, chest, biceps, or by themselves?
I like training triceps after chest. I feel like it's a great finisher for that workout. 15. Give yourself a little bicep back workout here too if you're the partner.
Favorite flavor of ISO 100?
Favorite flavor of the ISO 100, peanut butter. What's your favorite flavor, babe?
Chocolate peanut butter.
She likes chocolate peanut butter. Second for me. How many is that? Two more. Nice. Good. So a little different feel here if you haven't tried this before. If you're the partner, pull down, help them get a good stretch. We're really focusing on the negative here. So you're gonna pull down, release the tension on the way up, let them get full extension, and then right into that next rep.
What rep range do you recommend for muscle building?
Rep range for muscle building, typically you're gonna be a minimum of 8 reps up to 15 reps. Anything more than that, you get into a lot of your endurance type reps. Anything lower than that, you don't really activate enough of the muscle to really cause growth. Okay, 15 reps, here we go. Oh, good. Whew. Really good negative here. Now remember, the muscle damage happens on the way down, or that eccentric portion of it. So using a partner for this can really help you create more muscle damage than you normally would get out of dumbbells or cables.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Does pineapple belong on pizza? What do you think, hon? No, guys, I'm sorry. That's like saying you like creamy peanut butter more than crunchy. Almost that bizarre, right?
Like, let's just put strawberries on the pizza.
Let's put strawberries on a pizza. That would be like the same thing. I don't think it would be good. Unless you had like a cream cheese and strawberry pizza.
When is the best time to take it?
Best time to take whey, definitely post-workout. You're gonna see the biggest benefit from it, but there's not really a wrong time to take whey. One more, here we go. Good. All right, so we're 2 sets down, we're gonna go one more set. Again, you have to learn how your partner likes to train here, learn what they're capable of, but this can be a great exercise to incorporate into your routine as just a little way to change it up.
This guy just commented omega-3, so maybe what's the importance, or is it needed?
Omega-3s, unless you get 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, you absolutely have to have an omega-3 fish oil. I recommend 1,000 milligrams a day minimum, okay? Now, fatty fish being like your more expensive fish, your salmon, your mackerel, your steelhead, some halibut, things like that. We're not talking canned tuna or anything like that. 15, last set. Good. Whew. All right, last set, overhead tricep extension. Guys, try this one. Grab a partner. Takes a second to get used to it. You're gonna like this.
If I want bigger arms, should I train triceps or biceps more?
If you want bigger arms, should you train triceps or biceps more? Triceps take up about 75% of the arm, but I would train them equally. Your triceps get a lot of work on your main pressing movements on shoulder and chest day, but triceps take up more of the arm. So if you had to focus on one thing more than the other, definitely triceps.
How many total exercises for a chest and tricep day?
Total exercises for chest and tricep day, you're looking at 6, most likely. Usually like 4 for chest and 2 for triceps. Hey, remember, your triceps, they're getting a lot of work during your chest pressing movement, so we don't need to put a ton of attention on that.
Brian wants to know,
Taking a mass gainer, is it better before or after? Definitely gonna see the most benefit after for mass gain. Okay guys, so a lot of people had questions about the BFR training, the blood flow restriction training. Also nice if you have a partner because they can help strap these guys on you. So we're gonna do it for triceps today. So would you mind clipping that guy up? Makes it a little easier to clip on your straps if you have somebody to help you. A lot of people ask where I get these from. As I just bought these on eBay, I just searched for medical turn kit, and it was like $5 for 3 of these. So easy place to buy them, and I actually prefer them over the super expensive blood flow restriction strap. So I'm gonna do one set of one cluster of 4 sets, and then she'll go and do that as well. We're gonna go 20, 30-second break, and then we're gonna go 10, 10, and 10. So we have it tightened up to about a 6 or 7 out of 10 on here, and we're gonna go tricep extensions, first set, 20 reps. 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 80, 90, 30-second break in between. Don't rest any longer with your arms tied up. Give yourself enough time to really let that blood flow settle in. The benefits of this is that lactic acid starts to accumulate. You can get a lot of work done in a short period of time with less weight. 30 seconds is up. Time for round 2, 10 reps. Squeeze. 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 30 seconds. Whew.
Do you guys count calories?
Do we count calories? I do count calories.
I don't anymore.
She doesn't count calories anymore. You know, we've both been there. She has a pretty good understanding. Like I said, she likes to do fasting. So you'll either do like an intermittent fasting or 5 days eating, 2 days fasting, like the 5-2. And she finds she doesn't need to count calories if she does it that way. I'm just too OCD not to count calories, to be honest with you. Okay, 10 more reps. 2, 3, 4, 30-second break, and then we'll do one final one and take these dang straps off. Can you still build muscle on a keto diet? I wouldn't recommend keto diet for building muscle. Can you? I think it depends on the person. Definitely is possible. But in general, my recommendation would be no bueno for building massive amounts of muscle. All right, guys. Final set, 10 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Woo! Now we just got done in 4 sets, what we might normally get done in 10 sets. So I'm gonna tie her up next, and she'll get rowdy on some BFR training as well.
Creatine before, after, or both?
Creatine before, after, or both? Definitely don't need both. Creatine is one of those things that kind of accumulates in the bloodstream over time. So I always recommend it after a workout. It seems to absorb a little better after a workout with carbohydrates. But there's no wrong way to do it. Yep, 20. Are these about a 6 out of 10?
That one's a 10.
There you go. You got a 10 on one side, 6 on the other.
Can triceps be trained twice a week?
Triceps can be trained twice a week, absolutely. So, you know, you could throw triceps in like on an arm day by themselves, or with biceps, triceps. You can throw triceps in after a chest day. The benefit of it after a chest day, and why we're using BFR today, is that you don't have typically a ton of time. I like to be in and out of the gym in 60 minutes, and this allows you to get more work done in a shorter period of time. Also really good if you have like elbow pain and you can't go heavy. The BFR is gonna be really helpful for you there. So 30 seconds, and then to go 10 reps. Can you do a core workout after this routine? Yeah, chest is a good muscle group day to throw in some core afterwards if you have the time. Typically I'll look for like arms, delts, chest, stuff like that to throw core in afterwards, whereas I'm not gonna put it in on like a leg or a back day. All right, so we do 10 reps. So total of 4 sets here. So we got on the news right now, it's just pointed out to me 100 goats are on the loose in Boise, Idaho. I think that's a national, that's like a national news channel too. So that's Boise, Idaho for you. 100 goats on the loose, look out for them. Drive slow on the way home, I guess, is what we're saying. Okay, so you got 2 more sets here. Again, total of 4 sets, 30 seconds in between sets is key for this one. 30 seconds.
Between even these sets?
Yep. BFR can be trained 2 times per week. I'll typically do it 1 time per week. Here we go. Just got 2 more sets here. Yeah, you know, BFR isn't something that you want to do every day. There's no real, it's not going to help you build more muscle than traditional training. It just helps you get a similar amount of work done in a shorter period of time. That's the only benefit. And with less weight. So if you have elbow issues, like for instance here, some people can't press that heavy because of elbow issues, this can be a good alternative. So she got 1 more set here. Can you use medical tourniquets for leg BFR? Not these ones. These ones aren't going to be big enough, but you can use like, you know, I like using knee wraps to tie right at the top of my thighs for leg BFR. Works out really well. All right, last set here. Works out really, really well at the end of a workout, throwing in BFR. I like it most for biceps and triceps, but you can really use it for any muscle group. There you go, nice. All right, guys, she's ready to get these dang things off.
It might fit on my legs.
It might fit on her legs, but I would even recommend a little more resistance than that. It's a little harder to get enough, of the restriction in with these. So that's it for this workout. You guys can do a couple more sets here if you've got time for it, but we're gonna tune out on this Flex Friday. Guys, check me out on Instagram at TrainerMike1. If you guys have questions, you can DM me there. Comment on my Swolfies there. You check me out on Facebook at Michael Hildebrandt, on Body Space at Mr. Symmetry. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Chest day, give it a try. Boom!